Hello there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever label you may seek to label, to use, kings and queens, gods and goddesses. See, the labels are good. I'm a king, I'm a queen, I'm a god, I'm a this, I'm a that. Labels are cool, man. But I choose not to label myself. I take no titles. I ain't a king, I ain't a queen, I ain't a god. I mean, these are nice ways of looking at things. If you know that you are you can inhabit a frequency of creator rather than creature or created. See, the eight and the id and the eighted. Interesting. Created or creator. These are interesting terms to look at. We're in the 8th month, and 8 is a frequency of turning. Two different spins, both magnetic and electric. If we're dealing with a tetrapolar kind of energy, I suppose that would be two beings that were both magnetic and electric, and were both using that frequency to create something between themselves or from within themselves, like an outcome. I hope you're getting it anyway, man, because stuff I'm going to be talking about soon is going to be really fucking lit, man. I'm just today I'm rambling, man, but like, I know there are beings out there, like there's some of you out there that'll be thinking, what the fuck is he going on about? And there are some of you that are going to be like, yeah, I feel this. I might not even know what he's on about, but I feel it. So yeah, this is for anyone, take it or leave it, I don't give a fuck. So yeah, the words, remember I said the words are the worlds, and the swords and shit, man. The pen's mightier than the sword. Get to know about your pentagram and how it links into 72 degrees times 5, and why 5 is the same as V, and V is Venus, and VI is vision. And Vikings, maybe like the beings that were controlling the Vikings, maybe they were the kings of vision, and maybe the Vikings seem to have vision because you know, it all represents being crowned and coronation, and even your heart is to do with all of that. It's like people are saying the coronavirus is a virus of the crown, innit? Maybe it's a virus of the heart. Maybe you couldn't have a virus of your crown if you didn't have a virus in your heart, because after all, is not the heart the coronary muscle. And for your coronary or your coronation to be something that you would be coming into the full realization of, then you would need for your heart and for your coronary muscle to be fully working, in fully working order, or in as full working order as it's ever been, for that matter. That's why the things that I'm going to be talking about soon all link in to these things what I'm saying. I mean, even Venus is to do with the heart, right? So yeah, check out the knowledge of the Venusian frequency, and the way that they try and like put the angles on it, because the angles are how they represent the V, which is the Venusian, and they try to make something that is more curved be represented as a V. right? So it's mad, like how trying to like bring it out in the way that it needs to be felt is a bit of a madness, because it's like we're talking about like reproduction on many different levels. Yeah, definitely not just on a physical sense. It's about connecting with the V, innit? The V, like her V. It's the, you know, the mother, the sacred mother, the union between not just what you're thinking of in a sexual sense, even though it is very sexual, but it's the union of forces. When you start to understand and like get these kind of light beams, these laser encoded forms of information inside yourself, right? Start to understand that, or understand that everything that's going on here is sexual. It's all spinning at you at like quantum fucking speed that is unfucking believable. Can only be felt, as I've said. It can only be felt. The truth. This is why the truth is an offense to those that are captured in the frame of the box. They're stuck. They're in the incubation still. They may not even be in an incubation because some seeds will not come to fruition. Or let me correct that, because you're always in an incubation. It's just whether the seed is going to bear fruit and is going to become the whole, because in the seed contains the whole. So yeah, we are dealing with, right, basically light. Light is everywhere. You are light, right? The fourth phase of water is plasma, right? Plasma, water. Look this shit up. Is mem and ori. No, is memory. Water and light is mem and ori. So for you to remember yourself, you want to be fucking with water and light as your primary, or I'd say as your primary or highest source of energy. This is where it's at. This is where you will find the still point. This is where you will find the things that I'm going to be talking about soon and demonstrating and breaking down for you, so you don't have to watch it thousands and thousands of times over. Well, not thousands of times, but I've definitely watched it in the tens of, like this video that I'm going to break down, I've watched it over and over again, because this man that I'm talking about, Dan Winter, is talking about things that, like, I didn't comprehend the words of, because words are swords. But you know what? I felt it. And this is why I feel it's important to break it down. And when the motherfucker says some shit that you don't understand, I'm gonna break it down so you can understand it. So when you hear things like constructive charge distribution and phase conjugation and implosion and all these kind of words, I'm going to dissect it for you. And when you hear the words like DNA braiding, because many of you know that DNA, right? DNA has been shown to you in symbols and like placed all around you, but it has not been explained to you what your DNA is and how it works. and how you are fucking like your time lordedness, how that shit manifests, and how you can bring it into this realm, because it's already like, if you're watching this now, it's already like waiting to be set free, and it's a lot easier than you think. This game, yeah, as soon as you start rousing yourself out of your sleep, it's bringing a lot of energy on board. We start having you thinking that there's a bunch of shit you gotta do, and it's when I've done this, and when I've done this cleanse, and man, it's as simple as just fucking knowing what the fuck you are and doing, keeping your mind still and your body active. But really and truly, it's just about knowing the four corners and the four corners, and how they link into your breath work, and how, like, linking yourself into the breath work and making sure that you are cycling through the four corners and corners or angles. They cannot box you in with angles. They are no longer the coroners. There's nobody carrying the dead. They are carrying the dead, but the dead are outside of you. Inside of you they are raised up and cycling, and the cycles of L, and the angs of L, and the ang L, which becomes nullified. It becomes dissolved. Solvet a calagua. That's what the fuck we are talking about here. That is what I am sending to you, straight from the fucking corona, from the coronary, from the fucking earth, bitch. Get it? From the fucking heart center. Centaurians bring this fucking light to you. You know why? Because it's out of fucking love. Yeah? And it comes from the darkness. This fucking darkness in here. Now, how long have we been on? 12 minutes. Let's see. As I've said, some of you are adept on here, innit? Maybe, I don't know. Who or what is an adept? If you're not an adept, or if you're not interested in being one of these people, or wow, if you are interested in being one, then you probably already are one. You just maybe at the start of the first kind of like the base pillar, the first rung of the ladder. And I'm going to try and lay some things out over the next, like, however long, the next now, fuck time, the next however long it is, this sion of L keeps flowing from within us. I'm going to keep bringing it throughout the nows, throughout the next now. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm going to keep bringing, I'm going to start breaking some things down. So hopefully, if you're on the base pillar, or if you're like you're only just coming into the expansion of yourself, that the kind of the things that I had to deal with, and the you know, the falling off the ladder and all that I had to deal with, hopefully you can bypass that. You understand what I'm trying to say? But to be honest with you, your emanation of self is different from my emanation of self. You will gonna have times when you're gonna be on the ladder and then you're gonna fall off. You're gonna be on the ladder and you're gonna fall off, and that's just how the fuck it goes, because it's fun. We're living in like fantasia. You are a product of your own fantasy. You've fantasized about this moment right here, right now, so that you could become it. The spirals of it again, as I said, Jack in the Box. The spiral that goes up your spine and cycles Like, this is deep, it's crazy, because what we don't realize is there are it's just pure light everywhere, spinning, like, and connected and entangled, quantum entanglement, so they say. But remember, like this, everyone wants to know, but the knows, and no is also not, meaning the opposite of yes. So it would be a negative, meaning like, basically, yeah, knowing is about light and being on, and it's on and no, on, no, it's the same thing. And you know, there we go again with the no. Like, sometimes knowing is fucking not knowing, is what I'm saying. Like, I'm happy, like, to know that I don't know shit. I know the frequency of what I'm on now. I know that, like, there are certain things I've verified which the so-called controllers told me since I was born. It's definitely not true. Like, if, for instance, if I don't eat for 7 days, that I'm gonna die. We proved that one not true. So we are defeating reality if we think about it in that way. I verified many things that, like, not even many things, but some core, like, principles to do with how the four corners and coroners try and trap the dead bodies in angles, and how the language is an al-ang witch, the angles of the witch called Al. But who's the witch called Al, and which witch is it? Which way have we got to go now? Which way is home? Well, all we need to know is this: you've got Al there and a 7 there, and this is connected to Saturn as well, because Saturn has a skyfing mechanism. So does that mean we are only skyfing ourselves and we don't understand or understand the true nature of what is going on around us, within us and outside of us? I would say so. Well, anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling now. I hope you've enjoyed the journey with us, and yeah, man, have a beautiful day. We'll be back soon. Nothing but love for you all, man. One love, yeah.